Hi ladies, welcome to Stoic Women, where fearless hearts meet focused minds. Let's get one thing clear. Never react when someone disappoints you. Instead, confuse them with your acceptance. In this moment, you might feel caught in their emotional whirlwind, and it's tempting to chase them for clarity or validation. But here's the hard truth. Every time you react, you surrender your power. Consider this. When they pull away or ignore you, how do you respond? Do you spiral into confusion and despair? Or do you recognize that their behavior says more about them than it does about you? Ready to dive deep? We're about to uncover why acceptance is the ultimate response. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Let's embark on this journey together. Let me paint a picture. Imagine standing beside a calm, peaceful lake and someone tosses a stone into the water. The surface ripples but eventually settles back into its serene state. That's what happens when you react to disappointments. You create unnecessary turbulence in your emotional world. Instead, choose to be that calm lake. By accepting their behavior without reacting, you preserve your inner peace. It's not about ignoring your feelings. It's about mastering how you respond to them. Let's be brutally honest. When you react, whether with anger, sadness, or frustration, you're basically telling them, your actions control my happiness. Who wants to live like that? It's time to shift the narrative. When faced with inconsistency, instead of lashing out, embrace acceptance. Understand that their confusion isn't your burden to carry, and that's where your true strength lies. How do you practice this acceptance? Start by acknowledging your feelings. It's natural to feel disappointment. Being human means experiencing emotions. But don't let those emotions dictate your actions. Recall what Marcus Aurelius said. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Their behavior is out of your control. You can't change how they act, but you can change how you respond. By choosing acceptance, you reclaim your power. Picture this. Next time they let you down, rather than responding with hurt, take a deep breath and remind yourself their actions are a reflection of them, not you. Move forward with your day, staying focused on what genuinely matters to you. That might confuse them at first. They expect you to react, to chase them. But when you don't, you flip the script and become the unpredictable factor in their game. Trust me, that's a game changer. When you accept their behavior without reacting, it doesn't mean you're condoning it. You're simply rising above it. You're essentially saying, I won't let your choices dictate my happiness. You send a powerful message. You're not a pawn in their emotional chess match. You're the master of your own life. This reflects Stoicism, focusing on what you can control rather than what you can't. Embracing acceptance makes room for clarity. You start seeing them for who they really are, instead of through the haze of your disappointment. You realize their actions expose their flaws, not yours, and you stop internalizing their behavior. This change is profound. Ready for this challenge? Next time they disappoint you, resist the urge to react. Practice acceptance. In the comments, write the affirmation, I choose acceptance over reaction. Let it declare your new power. Remember, you're not here to chase those who fail to value you. You're here to nourish your own peace and happiness. If this resonates with you, hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more empowering content. Your transformation starts right now. By choosing acceptance over reaction, you take charge of the narrative. You're no longer a bystander on an emotional roller coaster. You're at the helm. When they see their actions no longer prompt you to respond, it confuses them. They realize you aren't the same person who would run after them for validation. You've become someone who stands firm in your own worth. Let's be real. Anytime you've chased them or tried explaining your feelings, did it bring you closer or push them further away? You know the answer. It pushed them away. Why do we keep repeating that cycle? Because we've been trained to think our self-worth depends on their acknowledgement. But your worth isn't defined by what they say or do. You are inherently valuable, and it's time you believed that. Shifting this mindset starts with self-reflection. Figure out what genuinely makes you happy, what sparks your joy. Pour your energy into yourself, not into their confusion. Start shaping a life you love, without relying on their approval. Let's talk about the beauty of detachment. When you practice acceptance, you learn to detach from their expectations. You stop needing their validation and find confidence within yourself. This doesn't mean you stop caring. It means caring enough about yourself not to let their actions rule your emotional life. Next time they pull away, remind yourself, I accept you for who you are, but I won't let your choices affect my happiness. That's the power of acceptance. You might wonder, what if they notice my silence? Here's the truth. Once they realize you embrace acceptance, they may feel a loss and start questioning their own behavior. When you stop reacting, you become a mystery. They'll wonder why you're not chasing them anymore and might try to yank you back into their emotional chaos. But you've moved on. You've picked your peace, and that baffles them. This isn't revenge. It's taking back your power and deciding to live a joyful life on your terms. Your silence isn't a form of punishment. It's a statement. I'm here, I'm strong, and I don't need your validation to feel whole. So when disappointment arises, take a breath and recall your true value. Embrace the power of acceptance. Instead of reacting, concentrate on growing. Use this time to invest in yourself. Discover new hobbies. Do the things that make you happy. In the comments, write, I am enough and I choose my peace. Let that sink in. You're not defined by how they act, but by how you respond. From this moment, dedicate yourself to acceptance. When they disappoint you, pause and breathe. Remind yourself their behavior isn't a verdict on you. Embrace the confusion they feel when you remain calm. Your path to peace and acceptance starts now. By embracing acceptance, you reshape your relationships. You're changing how you respond to them, which alters the entire interaction. Suddenly, you're not waiting around for their next move. You become calm in the storm, a stable presence others can rely on. This doesn't just perplex them, it forces them to confront their own behavior and its consequences. When you stop reacting, you're no longer fueling their emotional chaos. You rise above the drama, recognizing you have the power to create your reality. You're not a victim. You're the architect of your happiness. This mindset draws in healthier, more uplifting relationships, inviting people who appreciate your stability and strength. Let's clear up a myth, though. Practicing acceptance doesn't mean putting up with disrespect. It means being aware of what you can and can't control. You can accept someone's behavior without letting it dominate your emotions. You're allowed to hold your boundaries and stand up for yourself, even as you practice acceptance. Acceptance also creates room for authentic communication. You're no longer lashing out from a place of anger or sadness. You approach situations with understanding. Maybe you say, I notice you've been distant. I'd like to know what's going on. This opens a path for honest conversation, giving them a chance to speak their truth. By responding with acceptance, you offer a safe space for vulnerability, which lessens the pressure for them to act a certain way. Acceptance nurtures trust, the bedrock of all solid connections. If you've made it this far, let me know this resonated. Hit like and drop a 1 in the comments if this speaks to you. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another dose of empowering insight. We're in this together, on a journey of self-discovery, growth, and unlocking your hidden magnetism. And this is just the beginning. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Choosing acceptance isn't just about how you respond to others. It's also about how you treat yourself. You need to safeguard your emotional well-being. Practice self-care by immersing yourself in activities that bring you joy, whether that's hanging out with friends, delving into hobbies, or savoring some quiet, reflective time. Putting your own needs first reaffirms you deserve happiness and love, no matter how others behave. Remember, acceptance is a practice, not a one-time event. It'll take persistence and patience to adopt this mindset fully. Sometimes you may revert to old habits, and that's okay. Accept it without judgment. See it as an opportunity for growth and ask yourself, what triggered my reaction? How can I respond differently next time? This self-awareness fuels your personal development. As you continue on this path, surround yourself with positivity. Seek people who uplift you and places where acceptance is a central theme. The more you expose yourself to supportive environments, the more naturally acceptance will come. Let's anchor this in the comments below. Write, I am the master of my emotions, and I choose acceptance. Let that remind you of your pledge to this path. Your acceptance journey has just begun, and it can change your relationships, mindset, and entire life for the better. Embrace acceptance, confound them with your calmness, and reclaim your peace. Learning acceptance teaches you the necessity of healthy boundaries, guidelines that protect your emotional well-being and honor your needs while still accepting people as they are. Clearly stating boundaries forms a safe space for yourself and shows others that, while you respect and accept them, you also value your own limits. Let's say someone constantly interrupts you. In the past, you might have just let it slide. Now, with acceptance, you calmly say, I get you're excited, but please give me a moment to finish my thought. You're showing that you respect their enthusiasm while honoring your need for space. Boundaries aren't walls, they're guidelines that let genuine connection grow without sacrificing your well-being. After a challenging encounter, take time to reflect. Ask yourself, how did I feel? What could I have done differently? This introspection reinforces your dedication to acceptance and helps you learn from situations. While adopting acceptance, keep an eye on your energy. As you become more at peace, you'll draw in people who resonate with your calmness. Relationships become more genuine, shaped by real mutual respect rather than drama or conflict. People gravitate toward your steady positivity. Acceptance and forgiveness often go hand in hand, forming a powerful synergy that can transform your emotional landscape. When you accept someone's actions, even when they've hurt you, you're not agreeing with or excusing their behavior. Rather, you're making a conscious choice to acknowledge, this happened, and I can't change it. In doing so, you create the space to forgive. Forgiveness doesn't let them off the hook for what they did. It frees you from carrying resentment or grudges that serve only to drain your energy and weigh you down. It's essentially saying, I refuse to let your actions continue harming me. I choose to let go of the pain you caused me. Letting go of bitterness is an act of self-liberation. It releases you from the emotional chains that keep you tied to an unpleasant event. Instead of clinging to anger or disappointment, you reclaim the power that was lost when the hurt happened. You may find you have more room for hope, creativity, and joy, spaces once occupied by negative feelings. It's also important to recognize that forgiveness isn't a one-and-done event. It's a journey that unfolds in its own time. Some days you may feel you've moved on, only to have old wounds resurface unexpectedly. That's perfectly normal. The real test is how you handle those moments. You can either fall back into anger or continue choosing acceptance and peace. Being patient with yourself is essential in this process, as emotions can be messy and unpredictable. Allow whatever sadness, anger, or frustration you feel to surface without letting them dictate your actions or define your identity. You can observe them, acknowledge their presence, and then gently remind yourself, yes, this feeling is valid, but it doesn't control me. Picture these emotions like waves in the ocean. They come and go, rise and fall. But the deeper currents, your values, your inner growth, your commitment to peace, remain steady beneath the surface. When you consistently opt for acceptance and peace, you gradually teach yourself that you are more than the hurts you've experienced. You start to heal, not just from what they did, but also from any self-blame or shame you may carry. In this sense, forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, allowing you to progress without the heavy baggage of unresolved pain. Over time, you'll notice a sense of emotional relief, as though a door in your heart has finally been unlocked. That open door is your pathway to a clearer mind, stronger well-being, and healthier relationships, all made possible by the transformative partnership of acceptance and forgiveness. If this resonates, hit the like button and drop a 1 in the comments to show you're ready to live with boundaries that command respect. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss more empowering insights like these. The journey is just getting started, and trust me, you won't want to miss what comes next. Let's keep building the life and relationships you truly deserve, one strong move at a time. Take a moment, close your eyes and inhale deeply. Fill your lungs. Exhale slowly and repeat a few times. As you breathe, envision a warm, golden glow of acceptance around you. This glow signifies your ability to embrace reality, accept others for who they are, and respect your own emotions and boundaries. Let this visualization anchor you in the present. Whenever you face disappointment or frustration, remember this warm light and the power of acceptance. Share in the comments how acceptance has shaped your life. What hurdles have you overcome, and how did you do it? Your story may inspire someone else on a similar path. This is a journey of empowerment and self-discovery. By practicing acceptance, you'll find your voice, define your boundaries, and truly see your own worth. Each step brings you closer to the peace you crave. You hold the power to choose your responses, cultivate a joyful life, and foster connections that respect your authenticity. Embrace acceptance fully and watch your world bloom. Mindfulness complements acceptance. Mindfulness means staying in the present, not dwelling on the past or fretting over the future. That presence helps you see your emotions without getting hijacked by them. Consider taking a few quiet minutes daily for mindfulness meditation. Find a calm spot, get comfortable, and track your breathing. Notice bodily sensations, background sounds, and passing thoughts without judgment. This nurtures self-awareness, making it more manageable to practice acceptance in real life. Gratitude also supports your acceptance journey. Shifting your focus to what you're thankful for changes your mindset from lacking to abundant. Write down a few things each day, whether it's a delicious cup of coffee, an uplifting conversation, or a stunning sunset. This reaffirms that even if some behaviors disappoint you, there's still much to celebrate. This positivity bolsters your resolve to accept life and people as they are. It's easier to embrace acceptance when you're not alone. Try joining groups, online or off, that share similar goals. Listen to others' experiences, learn together, and motivate one another. Exchanging thoughts with people who value acceptance and development can bring new insights and encouragement. Acceptance is an ongoing process. Some days you'll feel on top of the world. Other days, acceptance might seem unreachable. Both experiences are normal parts of your personal growth. Stay committed and go easy on yourself when it's challenging. Each stumble is a lesson rather than a defeat. Write in the comments, "I am the master of my emotions, and I choose acceptance." Let it be a pledge to yourself. You're walking a path of liberation and clarity, forging a life of authenticity and deeper relationships. Every step forward is a triumph. Keep remembering your why and trust your inner strength. If this resonates, leave a 1 in the comments below and let me know you're ready to stand tall and carry yourself with pride. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights like this. Your journey to becoming the best possible version of yourself is only beginning. We have so much left to explore, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Let's keep moving forward. Practicing acceptance also leads you to live more authentically. Once you accept yourself and others, you don't feel compelled to put on an act. You can reveal your real feelings and insights without fearing judgment. When you honor who you truly are, people who value your authenticity will gravitate toward you, fostering stronger, more genuine bonds. Another key aspect is empathy, recognizing and relating to the emotions of others. When you approach people with empathy, you better grasp their struggles and joys, which helps you accept them wholeheartedly. You start to understand that everyone has their own path to walk. Empathy helps dissolve feelings of separation and encourages mutual support. To work on empathy, practice truly listening. When someone shares feelings, give them your full attention. Resist jumping in with suggestions or fixes. Instead, validate their emotions. "I hear you. That sounds tough." Such small shifts in approach can foster significant empathy and connection. It's also a nudge for self-compassion, understanding you're on your path too. Acceptance often involves relinquishing our expectations of how others should behave, how circumstances should unfold, and even how we ought to feel at any given moment. By letting go of these preconceived notions, we free ourselves from the weight of stress, frustration, and disappointment that so often accompany unmet ideals. However, releasing expectations doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you cultivate an openness to life's natural ebb and flow. You learn to see unexpected developments as opportunities for growth, rather than as failures or barriers. Take a moment to reflect on areas where you cling to expectations. Maybe it's a particular relationship where you silently hope the other person will change, or a personal goal you believe must play out in a specific way. Imagine how much lighter you might feel if you released that tight grip. Think of it not as giving up, but as embracing a more flexible, dynamic approach to living, one that invites spontaneity and creativity into your life. Adaptability isn't passive. It's about meeting life head-on with a spirit of resilience. In this practice, it's important to celebrate every step, no matter how small. Perhaps you manage to let go of resentment in one interaction, or you find yourself less stressed about an outcome that used to overwhelm you. Each subtle shift is worth acknowledging. Recognize it as progress, evidence that you're carving out a clearer path for yourself, unburdened by the constraints of rigid anticipation. Over time, these changes accumulate, helping you replace needless anxiety with a sense of calm and readiness for whatever comes your way. Instead of constantly bracing yourself for life's uncertainties, you learn to lean into them, discovering peace and freedom where rigid expectations once stood. Self-compassion is central to the journey of acceptance because it addresses one of our most pervasive habits, being harsher on ourselves than we ever would be on someone we love. Think about how you would comfort a close friend in distress. You might gently remind them, "It's okay, you tried your best," or "We all make mistakes." When you're the one feeling overwhelmed or disappointed, offer yourself that same level of grace. This simple shift in perspective helps soften self-criticism and cultivates an inner kindness, which then radiates outward, making it easier to be compassionate with others as well. Part of practicing self-compassion is recognizing that everyone falters at times. Slipping up is part of the human experience. By affirming, "Yes, I made an error, but it doesn't define my worth," you give yourself permission to move forward without crippling guilt or shame. This inward acceptance then acts like a domino effect, allowing you to offer more genuine acceptance to the people around you. When you're gentle with yourself, you become more patient and understanding in your interactions, fostering healthier connections. Alongside this self-compassion, embracing vulnerability can also be remarkably liberating. Contrary to the notion that vulnerability equals weakness, it actually involves being true to your feelings and experiences in a deliberate, authentic way. It doesn't mean laying bare your entire emotional life for everyone to see. Rather, it's about sharing enough of yourself to create genuine understanding and empathy. By allowing a measure of openness, you invite deeper connections and honest conversations. This mutual vulnerability weaves bonds rooted in empathy and warmth, relationships where you can feel supported, seen, and fully human. Together, self-compassion and vulnerability become a potent pair on the path of acceptance. They help you navigate setbacks gently, give space for your own and others' humanity, and build relationships grounded in mutual respect and understanding. Imagine you're on a pathway leading through beautiful landscapes. Each step represents a revelation, a little moment of personal growth or an epiphany about acceptance. The scenery transforms with each of life's challenges, but you remain steady, committed to acceptance. Notice others joining you, friends, family, mentors. They're drawn to the calm, supportive energy you embody. Together, you celebrate each other's victories, help each other with difficulties, and push each other toward healing. Remember this visual whenever life feels overwhelming. Picture your sure-footed progress, your unwavering acceptance, and see how far you've come. In the comments, share a time when self-acceptance or acceptance of someone else caused a positive shift in your world. Your story could inspire someone reading it. Practicing acceptance is an ongoing adventure with no clear finish line. Be kind to yourself whenever you stumble. That's how we learn and develop. Each moment, pleasant or painful, offers a chance to discover more about who you are. Keep forging ahead, mindful that you're never alone. Seek out encouragement from uplifting friends or mentors, share knowledge with others on the same path, and keep fueling your acceptance with reflection and mindfulness. In essence, acceptance is your ally. Let it guide you toward genuine self-expression, compassion for others, and adaptability amid life's uncertainties. Each day brings fresh ways to cultivate acceptance, both in how you treat others and how you treat yourself. Now, let's end with a potent affirmation. I choose acceptance. I embrace my journey and I honor my authentic self. Repeat it to yourself, letting it sink in. You're on a voyage to a more serene and enriched life. And even if you veer off sometimes, remember, acceptance itself means acknowledging your missteps and continuing forward. If you have any reflections, share them. We're building a supportive space for conversation and personal growth on this path together. Thank you for listening. Thank you for investing in your growth. If this video resonated with you, be sure to leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe to our channel. And keep in mind, changing your approach changes your relationships and your entire world. Stay confident, stay radiant, and trust that the best is yet to come.